Welcome to the repair shop, where cherished family heirlooms are brought back to life.
This is the workshop of dreams.
Home to furniture restorer J. Blades.
Nowadays, everybody spends a fortune on stuff that once it's broken, they just bin it. But everybody has something that means too much to be thrown away, and that's where we come in.
Working alongside Jay will be some of the country's leading craftspeople.
Every piece has its own story. It's amazing to think that some of my work becomes part of that story.
I've always played with things, I've always repaired things, and I just love it.
There is a real pleasure in bringing people's pieces back to life again.
Each with their own unique set of skills.
I can't wait to get started.
They will resurrect, revive,
Come on, man!
and rejuvenate. Treasured possessions and irreplaceable pieces of family history.
Wow!
Bring in both the objects
She's fantastic.
That's just taken me back 50 years.
and the memories that they hold
Oh, yes.
back to life.
Oh, my God.
In the repair shop today, an intriguing object from far-flung lands reveals a hidden trick.
There's actually a secret panel on the back that was almost invisible to the human eye.
How on earth did you... That's pretty incredible.
While Lucia strives to get a 180-year-old portrait picture perfect.
This is like cosmetic surgery for paintings. Literally a bit of filler for her luscious lips.
This morning, furniture restorer Will Kirk and silversmith and metal worker Brenton West are awaiting the next arrival.
Why are you wearing a check top? I told you I'm wearing a check top today.
Well,
And you got the black jeans on?
No, it's my turn for black jeans.
Anyway, here he is now. Julian.
Hi.
Will, very nice to meet you.
Jules.
Hi. Hi, Jules. Nice to meet you.
Julian Kilburn is from Newcastle upon Tyne, and he's got a very special item that's just come into his possession.
So, what have we got?
Admittedly, it's not in very good shape, but it's a Seaside telescope.
Brilliant.
Oh, right.
I've been trying to track one down for years. I've finally got hold of a pretty battered one, so it needs a bit of love. It's an echo of the British seaside holidays I used to go on. You know, this was the thing you saw when you knew you were there.
Yeah.
You know, are you there yet? Yes, you are, because you can see it.
With an ice cream.
And what are you going to do with it?
It's going to go back to a place called Robin Hood's Bay, where I holidayed as a kid.
OK.
That's the only place we ever went on holiday. It's just near Whitby on the Yorkshire coast. And I bought a property there, so I can put it on a place where it can be seen from the village and enjoyed again. So any 20p that makes it through the mechanism will go to the RNLI.
Brilliant.
Forever.
I'll hold you to that.
Yeah, you can do, yeah.
OK, so what's wrong with it?
Well, it doesn't work, and it's missing a door, and you can't see through it. But apart from that...
It's fine.
What colour would this have originally been? Because I can see that it's sort of reds and...
Mainly red, isn't it? It's like that sort of pillar box, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's...
That's what you sort of remembered as being
associate it
red.
with, yeah.
So how does it work? You sort of just put in the 20p piece?
Yeah, it should do if the mechanism was working. The lens should open so you can see...
So the money drops down into there, does
Yeah,
it?
I
And
think so.
Then the man comes along with his key and...
I guess so, yeah.
I think Brenton's after that 20p. I think so. That's long gone now, Brenton. Well, it's a serious bit of kit to restore. You've got a lot of work there.
There's a bit of work there,
A lot of work there.
And yeah, it'll be fun to do, so, yeah. Looking
Well,
forward to getting started.
Great. Thank you very much.
Down.
Cheers, Will.
Cheers.
Thanks, Brenton.
OK, cheers.
The telescope, it was the sentryman of the bay in Robin Hood's Bay where we would go, and it's tied up with all that British seaside imagery of the donkey rides and the skimming stones and the ice cream and the kite flying. I've not got great expectations, and it's in pretty bad shape, and I'm not sure when even it last worked, but they're such beautiful, iconic things, and it would be nice to bring one back to life.
So, what are you going to do with it?
This case needs to be opened up somehow and see what's going on in there.
I suggest like a chainsaw or a blowtorch or something.
That sort of thing, yeah. That's going to be a lot of work to get that open.
And you've got this panel down here as well.
Yep.
What's this? I can see.
What have you got in there? Oh, there's my payment.
Your payment?
Yeah, thank you.
Paying you for anything?
Oh, come on.
I'm going to decide whether or not to give that to you as payment or back to Julian.
OK.
But for now, top pocket.
So I have got to fix it then?
You have got to fix it.
OK.
I'll give you out. Ready? Go. Let's go. Good luck.
Right, my problem is I've never, ever done a telescope before. I don't think I've ever broken into anything before, so it is a unique job for me, yes. It will be a challenge. So the mechanism is a clockwork mechanism. It's fairly simple. Depending on... Someone's had a go at getting in here already, and I can see the front is slightly damaged. Oh, there's money in there. Oh, Will can keep that money. I'm having this lot. Okay. Bingo. See what we got here. So, we'll get that bolt out of there. Then this door will open. Then I can get that mechanism out of there. You can see that's a 15mm socket in there, so this is going to be easy to do. Maybe it's not 15. Okay. So we'll try 17 in there. And that's too big now. So I've now got to find another way into here. We'll come back to this then. Difficult.
Next into the repair shop, Nick Jansen has brought with him a well-travelled item.
Hi there. I'm Will. Please come in. Look at that. So, what have we got here then?
A walking stick with a monkey's head that is almost like a ventriloquist dummy.
Interesting. You can see that there's a mechanism in there. Steve, pop over and have a look at this. That is really cool.
Hello, I'm Steve.
I see, I'm Nick.
Hi. A monkey stick.
Monkey stick.
And the mouth opens?
Yes, there's a button on the back.
Oh, right, OK.
Press the button. Originally, the mouth opened and the ears flapped.
Fantastic, isn't it? Where was this made?
I assume it was made in India. It belonged to my uncle, my father's elder brother, and he was in the military, in the cavalry in India, and he was an excellent horseman. And he was invited by the Maharaja of Rewa to ride his horses, his race horses. But apparently this was a gift from the Maharaja to him, and I've always loved it. And when he passed on, eventually I inherited it. And then a few years ago, the ear dropped off.
You haven't got the ear?
I have the ear.
Do you?
I have the ear.
Oh, okay. That's the ear there.
That's the ear.
I mean, I don't really know much about the mechanism on the inside, Steve. That's probably more your forte.
I think the problem's going to be actually getting into it. So this will be quite important to you.
It is.
To get this repaired.
It's a connection with my family, with my dad's only brother. It's also important to my son. My son loves it as well, so it'd be a nice thing to pass on to him in working.
Well, if you leave that with us, I'm sure that between myself and Steve, we can fix this.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thank you for coming down.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think my uncle probably left it to me because I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved it as a child, and it was something that I enjoyed playing with. and to see it in action again with both ears and the jaw working, that would be fantastic.
The repair shop team will have to work together on this one. Clockmaker Steve is always up for any mechanical challenge. But first, Will has to find a way to get inside the monkey's head.
This is really tricky. It's almost as if the monkey's head has been built from the outside in, because there doesn't seem to be any openings there, apart from the mouth. But I can't actually get any access, any decent access that Steve needs through the mouth or even through the broken ear. So there must be another way of getting in there. There actually seems to be a really thin line running down the back. And that could possibly be an opening. Oh, it's coming out. Oh, perfect. Fantastic. Just popping that out. So that was actually like a secret panel there, which they probably had made before they did all the carving on the back. So they glued that in. They must have then carved in all the hair behind, making it nearly invisible. Hey, Steve.
Oh, you've got it open.
I've got it open, yeah.
Oh, the whole back's come off.
The whole back's... There's actually a secret panel on the back that was almost invisible to the human eye.
How on earth did you... That's pretty incredible.
Yeah. So, I'll let you have fun with the monkey's head.
OK.
Right, Steve.
On the other side of the workshop, Brenton is still trying to break into the vandalised Seaside telescope.
So what I've established here is there's some weld in the hole which is stopping the socket going on the bolt. So I'm just going to try and drill the weld out of the way. The socket hopefully will go on there. Oh yeah, that's going, I think. Yeah, brilliant. Oh, look at that. And we're in. That is a strong piece of metal. They didn't want you getting in there, did they? Right, let's see what we've got in here. There's the mechanism. There's a string that holds the shutter on the telescope. I'm just going to cut that so I can get this mechanism out. This has had a bit of a life, I'm afraid. Obviously, the front of the box is very strong, and so whoever's tried to break into it's used a big lever and a big hammer and pretty much destroyed this mechanism. It's almost beyond repair, I'd say. Oh, dear.
However, the repair shop has a wealth of skills to call on. And if anyone can get the coin-operated timer working, it's Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah.
This is out of my Seaside telescope.
Right, OK. That looks a bit of a contraption.
Lovely, isn't it? So you wind that, and that ticks away, moves that mechanism.
OK.
First of all, the 20p doesn't go in very well. It goes in and turns, but it doesn't always drop through.
Oh, do you want me to reshape the 20p?
If you could, that would be good. And secondly, once the 20p has dropped through, it's got to open the telescope just by pulling on that, and then it slowly goes away and then lets go.
Oh, my goodness.
Have you ever seen anything like it?
No. Leave it with me.
Good luck.
All right.
Oh, get out of that one.
With Steve on the mechanics, Brenton tackles the aesthetics.
So I've got years and years of paint on here. There's probably 4 or 5 layers.
Brenton's using a fast-acting paint-stripping gel to soften the old paintwork.
It's always good practice to take the old paint off if you can. It'll make a much smoother finish, rather than it being all lumpy and bumpy as it has been before.
How are you getting on?
Yeah, it's hard work. It's,
Isn't there an easier way to do this?
we could sandblast it, but this has been galvanised, which is zinc plate.
Right.
and that stops it rusting.
Okay.
And because it's by the seaside, we want to keep that galvanising on there. If we sandblast it, it'll take all the galvanise off, and then it'll rust in a few years' time.
God, you're going to be out here for years, aren't you?
Well, not if you do that for me. I'll get this done, you do that.
Got the goggles?
I've got the goggles behind you. There you go.
Nice one. This will be done in no time. A bit of elbow grease, look.
Good.
But hold on, why am I wearing glasses and you're not?
Because I've got a bit of an issue with my glasses.
Well, I can spend some money. Oh, wow.
So my glasses have got a bit of an issue, so...
God blimey.
Yeah.
They need fixing then.
I'm going to take them to a repair shop later.
It's just down the road.
It's lucky, isn't it?
It is.
Back in the barn, Steve's currently devoting time to the monkey walking stick that was a gift from a Maharaja.
Basically, the mechanism in here isn't that complex. It takes a bit of setting up. It's quite difficult. It's a bit like doing some brain surgery, basically, through a small hole. The ear that had already broken off, there was a steel rod going through, which would have held it so that it would pivot like that. The problem is that the wood has rotted away in an area that should have held the pivot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a brass bush in there. And basically, a brass bush is a clock bearing, which is a sleeve to push a new piece of steel in, and then hopefully it'll work all right. The bush there that fits in there nice and snugly, I just need to drill it out to the right size so that the steel will fit through it and will swivel on it. Right, putting the bush in was successful. What I've done is also I've put some filler over the top, and I've just carved it the same as the ear. And I'm going to leave it for Will to colour up the same as the ear. I've just actually glued the pivot onto the wood there, and this is the moment of truth. See if it works.
Finished?
Yes, I have.
No way!
Yes!
That's really good.
That's all right, isn't it?
Hours of joy with that.
Oh, I tell you.
That's really good. Great job.
So, yeah, it works.
Is it ready to hand over to me yet, or...?
It is.
It is? Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm going to get finished. I'll be playing with it for two.
I know.
Great stuff. Brilliant. Well done, Steve.
OK, cheers.
Thanks a lot. The back head plate needs to be glued back in place, and it has to be done in such a way that it almost looks invisible, as it was made to look in the beginning. Seamless. So, making sure that there's not too much glue there that gets into the mechanism that Steve's lovingly fixed. Put that on there. Perfect. I'm going to mix up some filler here and sort of fill in some of these gaps here where you can actually see that the original wood has split out. So it's quite a small object to be working with, and just because it's small doesn't necessarily mean that it's an easy fix. It's actually quite fiddly, but I'm being really careful not to put any pressure on the monkey's ears, because the last thing I want to do is for them to break again and for me to have to explain that to Steve after all the work that Steve's been doing. So, I've filled all the cracks on the monkey's head, and now I'm just going to perform a minor bit of surgery with a scalpel. The areas I've filled, I've actually lost the detail from the hair, so I'm just going to start carving that back in. It's sort of made it a bit easier, the fact that I can follow the original carvings around the repair. I'm kind of just following that shape back in, and that's helping me get the right shape of hair grain.
Will may be making headway with the monkey stick, but there's a constant stream of new arrivals. Bill Arnold and his son Jeff have brought with them a cherished heirloom in need of expert attention.
Hello. A painting. Let me help you with that. I'll put it on the easel. Follow me.
They're hoping conservator Lucia Scalisi can work her magic.
A beautiful painting. Who is this?
This is Mary Carmichael, my great-great-great-grandmother.
So it's sort of like 1800s-ish?
About
early?
1780, I think.
1780?
She was born Mary Holyland, and she ran away and eloped to Gretna Green with James Carmichael in 1775. They went on to have 10 children. Her husband was a Fellow of the Royal Society and physician extraordinary to George III.
Fantastic, fantastic. And what happened to it?
Well, I'll ask him.
I can see two damages. The most obvious one is this one.
It's the terrible cold sore on her mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I shot her in the face with a, and I shouldn't laugh, actually, it's terrible, with a dart gun as a 10-year-old boy, and was doing a bit of target practice, spun it round, took a shot, and sadly, of all the places it could have gone, it went straight through the painting in her lip.
Oh,
so,
no, what a shame.
Yeah.
How did your father feel about that? How do you feel about that, Bill? He must
to
have
be
been
honest,
horrified.
Not at all, because I didn't notice for 2 months, despite
Really?
the fact that I walked past the portrait at least a dozen times a day. And it was only my brother-in-law who pointed out to me that she'd got a fat lip. And it then was revealed to me the family had kept it a secret from me that he'd done it.
Oh, what a shame. And what happened here? What's this one? Same time?
I don't know. No, I think that may have been afterwards. No, I don't know what happened there. We moved fairly recently. It may have happened then.
It's a beautiful painting. Do you know who painted it?
Well, no. There is a name on the back, but it is just the name. So I don't know who painted it.
OK, that's something I can certainly find out for you. So what would it mean to you to have this restored to its former glory?
Well, I'd be only too delighted because, of course, I shall be passing this on to probably my eldest daughter. Not to him, I hasten to add.
But part of your history will go with it.
Exactly, exactly.
It's very much in the style of an artist called Romney, a Scottish artist called Romney, although I don't think it is a Romney, partly because it's not very highly finished, but it's still quite beautiful. But we can find out a bit more when I have a look at the back and see what's on there. Well, thank you very much for bringing it in. It's a charming picture and, you know, really nice story.
OK.
We'll see what we can do.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you. Lovely to meet you, Bill.
OK.
Lovely to meet you, Jeff. All righty.
Lovely to meet you too. Paintings in safe hands, much safer than any of ours, which is good. So I'm quite excited to see, you know, the finished result, which I'm sure will be amazing.
It is important to me that it's passed on to the next generation for another 250 years. So, no, it'll be wonderful to have it restored.
This painting being restored has brought in a whole new lease of family history to us, I think. I'm going to brush up. I will know more. I will know more. Don't you worry, Dad.
I doubt it.
This is the first view of the back, so you can see very clearly the damage again, this hole. You can see the tear that's obviously been pushed through from the front. What's really exciting is that on the back we've got a canvas stamp which will help me date the painting, and also the artist has signed it not only with his name but with his address in London, which is extraordinary, really. I've heard of, I think it's Gilbert Stuart Newton. I have heard of the name. I don't know his work, so that's something that I shall look forward to finding out about. It's dead exciting.
Outside the workshop, Brenton's been busy with some painting of his own, applying a red oxide base coat and reassembling the Seaside telescope. Just in time for an inspection by Jay.
How we doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
That's come up all right now, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's the primer.
OK.
So we'll pull this thing.
What's going on? It's not working.
No, well, the mechanism's not been fixed yet, but this little thread, if you pull that out, opens the shutter up, and then you can see out there.
Oh, cool, blimey. Can you go any closer?
No.
Well, that's it?
That's it. Your 20p, that's all you get.
Oh, man.
It's a Seaside telescope. It's not for looking at the moon.
Right, OK, cool.
And this focuses it up, does it?
It does, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Cool, blimey.
So what are you going to do? You're going to paint this as well, then?
Right, so this is going to go pillar box red,
Yeah.
as per Julian's instructions.
Right.
And we've got to fix the mechanism, because at the moment we've just got a piece of thread opening the shutter.
Yeah.
To fix the mechanism, and then we've got to make a door for the bottom.
OK.
So you ain't got much to do, have you?
Not a lot, no.
OK. Well, if you stay focused, you get it done.
Oh. So I'm just making the door for Julian's telescope. The old door was vandalised. I've got some 5mm steel here, which is heavyweight. That's going to fit into the front of the scope. When I've cut that slot out of there, we can put a padlock on there and Julian's money will be safe.
But for Julian to collect any money in the first place, he'll need a working coin mechanism. Steve's given it his best shot, but despite hours of tuning and tweaking, sometimes even the greatest repair shop minds draw a blank.
Oh.
Do I know why you gave me this?
You fixed it for me,
No,
brilliant.
have I, heck?
It's not nice engineering, is it?
It's really not nice engineering. That's a really good way of putting it. What I've been thinking is, because you've made such a lovely job of the telescope, and it's all working now, isn't it?
Yeah, the telescope works, yeah.
Brilliant. So if we could leave it open all the time and just have a little sign on there saying donations to the RNLI?
We could engrave that so that people can look through and it can be a sort of honesty box. It'll probably make more money than if it was a 20p.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. I'm sure Julian would be really pleased with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
really.
that's our solution for that.
Excellent.
OK, well,
I'll leave you with that then.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
With as many of the working parts fixed as possible, there's just one job left to do. The restoration of the monkey walking stick is almost complete. Steve got the mechanism working again. Will's trying to make him a bit more presentable.
I'm going to start mixing up a little bit of polish. I'm going to start trying to match the monkey's hair colour, trying to get a really nice match. The panel on the back was seamless in the beginning, so I really want to do a really good job that you can't actually see any repair, just as it was done before. With a bit of polish and a nice clean end of wax, hopefully I can achieve that.
When he came into the repair shop, this cheeky monkey only had one ear, couldn't move his mouth, and was definitely showing his age. Now owner Nick is back to collect his beloved companion.
Oh, I'm looking forward to being reacquainted with the monkey stick. It'll be wonderful if it's working again, but even if it's just back together with the ear on and the face together so that the monkey is the monkey again and not... But if it's working, that will be a real bonus. That will be fantastic.
How you doing, Nick?
Hi.
All right?
Fine, you?
Very good. You come to pick up your monkey stick, is that right?
Hopefully, yes.
Will and Steve. Steve, don't mind coming. Nick's there.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, nice to see you again.
You too.
Whoa.
There we are, Nick.
Hey.
Can I unveil it then?
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Go on, yes.
Moment of truth, eh?
Careful.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, well done, guys. It really is.
I think that you need to see if it actually works.
Oh, it's brilliant. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Very welcome.
Thank you.
I don't know what else to say.
What memories does it bring back then, Nick?
Brings back memories of family getting together. I mean, there's not many of us left now, so thank you. Thank you all so much.
It's really interesting because we were trying to work out how to get into the monkey's head, and we found a sort of secret panel on the back, which has been really, really well disguised.
The whole of this section at the back here came off.
Wow. The craftsmanship, fantastic.
Do you think that you'll be using this stick sort of to walk around town? No.
I doubt it. I ain't going to risk it. No, it's going to sit there. Safe.
Thank
you, gentlemen.
Take care. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I'm going to miss that little monkey.
Feeling a bit churned up. I wasn't expecting to get quite so emotional about an object, but the memories it brought back, it is a link back to those days, back to my family, and to see it working, because I've never seen it working before, it is brilliant. I didn't think they were going to be able to make the mechanism work, but this is absolutely wonderful.
Art conservation expert Lucia is busy restoring the dark and damaged portrait of Mary Carmichael. She's also done some additional detective work into the painting and uncovered an extraordinary history.
I think this is a copy because I think she had been painted by Romney, and I think she is in the National Gallery of Edinburgh, the original Romney painting, and I think that Newton went to Scotland and did a copy of it. He copied the painting that was in the gallery there. And I did wonder if it was because it was a commission for the family here in the south of England.
Commissioning copies of portraits was very common for large, wealthy families. Gilbert Stuart Newton painted this portrait around 50 years after Romney's original. George Romney was one of the most successful artists of his day, painting many leading high society figures. It's now down to Lucia to keep that legacy alive.
So looking at this painting now, I'm going to actually secure the paint around the edge of the dart gun hole, and the same thing along this tear as well, just to hold all the broken, fractured paint in that area in place.
To restore the two damaged sections of the canvas, Lucia is using a fish glue to secure adhesive strips, which will help preserve the original paint.
This is like cosmetic surgery for paintings, and the fact that it's on her lips, literally a bit of filler for her luscious lips. She must have been considered a great beauty. I mean, look at her, she's wonderful. I'm going to turn the painting over and start working on the back. So I'm just very gently introducing moisture into all these torn canvas threads, just to soften them, because they've been in this position for 20 years. The damage happened 20 years ago, so they become quite rigid in that position. But to be honest, I actually think all the threads are still there. There's no loss of canvas in this area.
While the damp canvas dries, Lucia can give the painting a surface clean, much needed after being hung on walls for almost 200 years.
Look at that. Do you know what that is? That is nicotine. I'll do it in the white area because you'll see it very clearly. So we can expect quite a dramatic clean just of the surface without removing any of the original varnish. That is nicotine. So you can tell different dirt on surfaces of paintings where they come from because of the different colour. And some of them need, I mean, this is coming off very easily. Look, it's just yellow, bright yellow. If it was city dirt, environmental pollution, it will be grey or black. But hopefully we'll get a bit more contrast between the background and her hair, which is sort of like lost in it a bit. You know what, I never get tired of this. I never get tired of the sort of reveal that I get when I'm cleaning and seeing it, because sometimes it's just remarkable.
Next, Lucia must repair the damaged sections of the canvas.
I've got some nylon gossamer already prepared with the synthetic adhesive, and I'm just going to apply these as my tear repairs. So these little patches will do the job of holding that area of the canvas together. They're very fine, but that's good. So I'm pleased with that.
Having sealed the tears on the back of the canvas, Lucia needs to patch the holes with acrylic filler.
It sort of acts as a seal, but it's going to be the ground layer that I can paint on top of. I'm just putting the base colour in the lips, and I'm doing it with watercolour, and it just blocks out the white filler. And that's because I'm going to retouch with the synthetic resin and dry pigments, but they tend to be much more transparent, so I do need to have a base in place. It is a tiny damage, but it's in the centre of her beautiful face, so there was no way you could ignore it.
Across the workshop, Brenton is putting the finishing touches to the Seaside telescope, hoping to recapture some childhood holiday memories for owner Julian.
Polishing, that must mean you're finished.
It's done, isn't it? It's good, isn't it?
You happy?
I'm happy.
Does it work?
Sort of.
Sort of? It does work.
We had a bit of a problem with the mechanism.
Okay.
Where we couldn't get the rather nasty mechanics to open the shutter. So what we've done is we've tied the shutter open.
Okay.
And then we made this sign that goes on here saying 20p donations to the RNLI.
And then the money's going to?
The money's going into the lock box at the bottom, and then it can go off the lifeboats.
Well, you got a 20... Hold on, let me see if I've got one.
I have got a 20p, actually.
Have you? I might have one as well. Oh, no, I haven't got one.
Yeah, I've got one here. Here you go. You can put 20p in towards the lifeboat.
It's a nice sand, though.
Good, isn't it?
You've cleaned up the lens as well, haven't you?
Can you see them all working over there?
Yeah, everybody's working in there.
Yeah, good, isn't it?
It is good.
Yeah.
So?
And it looks a little bit better than it did before, doesn't it?
It looks a lot better. Not a little bit, a lot better.
Oh, cheers, mate.
When the traditional Seaside telescope arrived at the workshop, it was broken and vandalized, a ghost of a bygone era. Now resplendent in pillarbox red and brass trim, serving as a collection point for owner Julian's charity of choice, the RNLI, it's ready for him to take back to the North Yorkshire coast where it belongs.
All right, Julian.
Nice to see you, Brenton.
It's nice to see you again.
How you doing?
Jay,
You all right?
nice to see you.
Likewise. So what are you expecting to see underneath here?
A telescope in better condition than I left it with you, I hope.
Shane?
Shall we do it then? I'll do the bottom one, you do the top one.
OK, let's take that off.
Wow.
You happy?
I'm delighted. Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's just a new lease of life for something that was dead.
Yeah.
So, fabulous.
You've done good. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Brenton.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're an artist.
Thank you. Thank you. That wasn't on my own. I did have help from various colleagues.
That is marvellous. New door?
Yeah, with a padlock on there.
And you didn't give a spare key to Will, did you?
No, wouldn't give Will a key. God, no. He'd have all the money out of it.
So this is like an ultimate kid's toy, isn't it? 'Cause this can take you right back. Isn't this what you wanted?
Yeah. For me, it's going to the seaside. The telescope was the first sort of thing that you see.
Yeah.
You knew you're looking out over the sea at that point. So it's the iconic guardian of the sea. So, yeah, I've been looking for one for a very long time.
We had a slight issue with the mechanism.
Right.
OK, so we had the best minds in the business on it.
Yeah.
And the bit inside that makes the telescope open was not repairable.
OK.
OK, so we put a new money bit in there, so that goes to jink. I've got you a whole heap of money out of it. So you have a little go, and it makes a lovely chink. And what you've got is an honesty box, I think, and I think people will put their money in.
That's it?
Yeah. Yeah, and turn. Yeah.
Oh. Thank you, Brenton.
and another boat gets rescued.
Seeing the telescope for the first time just made me feel like a kid again. It reminds you of the end of the journey of am I there yet, Mum? Just means you've arrived on holiday, and so I'm really pleased to be able to finish the journey. It's like a dream come true.
The final item in the repair shop is nearing completion. Lucia is putting the finishing touches to her makeover of the Mary Carmichael portrait.
I'm just retouching the damage to her luscious lips. I'm hoping that Bill and Jeff, when they come to see her, will be very pleased. And, I mean, she is beautiful. She was a society beauty, obviously, with all this wonderful auburn hair. I'm just putting a few finishing glazes on, and she'll be finished. Actually, this is quite a sweet retouching because it really sort of pulls the whole sort of form of the lips together. So I'm hoping that they'll see her with renewed eyes.
With the dart gun damage a thing of the past, the painting's owners Bill and son Jeff are back at the repair shop to collect the revitalized portrait of their ancestor.
I've used to seeing it, and for the last 18 years, I've been used to seeing it with a hole in it, her lip.
Yeah, and not having her in the house the past few days has been quite odd. It could be quite nice to see her back in true form again, without the fat lip.
Hello, Bill.
Hi.
Welcome back. Lovely to see you. Hi, Jeff.
Lucia. Lovely to see you again.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Are you ready to see her?
We are.
Please.
Yes, please.
Look at that.
Absolutely perfect.
She has a lip.
And you can't tell, you can't tell at all, can you?
Beautiful, though, isn't she?
I know. It's absolutely brilliant.
Pity it didn't rub off on me, isn't it?
Yeah, where did it all go wrong, Dad?
Oh, no, you're beautiful, Bill. But I did a surface clean, and there was a lot of nicotine on there.
Oh. Wonder where that could have come from.
I wonder where that could have come from.
Really? It was obvious that somebody had been smoking a lot.
Well,
yeah.
Definitely my grandfather.
He couldn't have possibly.
Really? Really?
Of course
Oh,
not.
dear.
I think it's easier to see her hair now, this beautiful
Oh, yes, you
auburn
can.
hair.
You can hardly see it at all.
So I found out a little bit of information about when this was painted. I think this is a copy because I think she had been painted by Romney. So the time it was painted, well, it was a very narrow window of time between 1832 and 1834.
Oh, I think she would have had some of her children by then.
Oh, no, she died. She died in about
She died in
1806.
1806, so
yes,
this is
yes.
definitely post...
Post, yeah.
Right.
So that sort of lends into the whole idea of it being a copy of the Romney.
Yes, yes.
So that's, yeah, but you can do more research maybe and look at the Romney painting and see why it may have come to...
If it still exists.
It does. It's in the National Galleries of Edinburgh.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Ah.
So that's a really interesting thing.
Well,
be brilliant. Yes.
And will you start to look at it, Bill, every day?
I'll look at it every day, I promise.
Yeah?
And he promises not to shoot it again.
I won't shoot her in the face.
Well, I hope you enjoy looking at her for many years. And
I'm sure we will.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
see the whole thing now as this amazing, gleaming, well, lipped paintings. Incredible.
We'll still keep the story alive, though. I think we'll tell the grandchildren all about their naughty Uncle Jeff.
I don't think Dad will ever stop talking about it. Will you?
No, I won't.
Join us next time as more treasured heirlooms
We've had to make things worse before we got better.
are brought back from the brink
Oh, my Lord.
in the repair shop.